It's Crazy Toy World with Steve Savino.
You put it together.
Light bulb not included.
Action figures each sold separately. Some assembly required.
Comes with everything you see here.
Free with 5 proofs of purchase.
Batteries not included.
Details on specially marked packages at participating stores.
You can collect them all.
Hey folks, today I'm at the Wayne Firehouse Toy Show and Collectible Show. And I'm right here, I'm trying to make my way through this major crowd. It is super packed today here. And first of all, I want to go see this one friend of mine and dealer. His name is Mike Borth. Hold on, I'm trying to get through here. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me.
Get the hell out of the way.
How's it going, Mike? What's going on here today? This place is packed.
This place is hopping like always. It's wonderful. They used to have an attendance of 150 to 200 people. Now it's 400, 450 people.
All right, tell the folks, why do you come here each month?
I come here each month because of the deals. There's a lot of private
Deals on what?
There's a lot of private deals that go on between the dealers before the show even opens. And of course, there are people that bring their own toys in.
So they're bringing
to
their
sell.
own collections in just to you or to everybody to see?
Well, they used to bring it just to me, but now there seems to be so much competition that I'm lucky if I get anything anymore.
All right, so let's say, how many years have you been here doing this show?
Doing this show?
Yeah.
I think about 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah, that might be an accurate guess. I'm not sure.
But you always come here, no matter what?
Not no matter what. Sometimes there are bigger shows that I like to attend.
Well, it looks like you have a big arrangement here, so what really sells the best for you at the Wayne Show?
Well, the thing about the Wayne Show is I never know what's going to sell. I can sell things from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and the most recent toys also, since I carry just about everything. And it's hard to keep track of what's current on people's minds.
So what do you?
I mean, one week it's Legos, one week it's Migos, and
I'm looking at this case now, and it's full with like at least 35, 40 Migos here.
Right, and I haven't sold one today.
It's like Migo mania.
Right. And then some weekends I'll sell Viewmasters or watches or horror stuff. Or, of course, Star Wars is always up there. The vintage Star Wars always sells, and the current Star Wars.
But are they looking now because of the movie came out, Ninja Turtles,
Ninja
or
Turtles
Power
are selling.
Rangers?
Yep. And now we're coming into our Halloween season.
Okay.
So the monster stuff is hot. Anything with Frankenstein on it, and Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And there's a whole new generation of collectors.
Oh, and you got to, this is another great news. October begins season 5 for Walking Dead.
Right. That's more modern toys, which I don't usually get into, but
you have it up here on the shelf here.
I have
You're selling Walking Dead.
I have a few pieces that are hard to get, and I have to pay attention to whatever people want.
Oh, that's good.
That's why I have such a large variety. And it's not just modern stuff, it's vintage stuff. I still like the vintage stuff. What the hell, I'm older than most trees. So
you are getting old up there. Yeah.
So I carry paper, comic books, whatever I have at the time.
You know what? And the folks out there are going to want to know, how did you get into this business?
Yeah.
Go back.
Okay. I pretty much started collecting comic books in high school. I appreciated when Marvel came along. I appreciated the artwork and the stories and the character. Spider-Man was my first love.
All right.
And I used to ride the train with this week's shipment of new comic books. And I was an art major, so I even brought him into art class, and my teacher thought it was crap, but I still liked it. And I bought up all the comics I could. I dug up all the old ones, and I sold my collection, and then I went back to it 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And I thought it was foolish to get rid of my collection.
Yeah.
So I started accumulating them again until I had everything I lost. And I had so many that I said, let me sell the ones I don't want to try to acquire the ones I'm missing. And I became a dealer. And then
just comics.
That was just comics.
All right, so when did you do the crossover into toys now? Because now I'm seeing there's not one comic here, and it's all toys.
Right.
So what happened?
I did a toy show in Boston. Gary Summers ran that
Oh, yeah,
show.
okay. What's
Gary
Rex?
Summers from the Antique Roadshow.
Yeah.
And that was the first toy show I attended, and I was fascinated. One booth had all Pez dispensers, one had Lionel trains, one had Barbie dolls, one had cap guns, one had G.I. Joes. I said, my God, this is terrific. And all I had was comic books. And it seemed so boring compared to all these exciting toys that were out there that I haven't seen in 20, 30, 40 years. So that gave me the toy bug.
Wow.
And toys seem
cool.
to sell a lot faster than the comic books. Some comic books I'd hold on to for years.
Yeah, but now you see the change again.
Now, comics are coming back again strong.
Exploding again.
So every once in a while I bring comic books because I still have some. And it's fun. It keeps me busy, and I try to stay on top of everything, but it's very difficult.
That's the fun of this business. You're never going to know what's going to sell next.
Right. And not only that, you keep learning what is out there now, what's hot, and what. And
Yeah,
what,
I'm still learning.
Toys that I've never heard of from my generation, and up to now that there's such an interest in, and that I've never even knew existed.
You got figures here. You got Halloween, Friday the 13th by McFarlane, and then you got some other. You got Mark's. You got the tractor. From the back in the 60s.
Right.
That doesn't even compare to these figures now.
No, there's no similarity.
No.
I might just as well have trains on here or test trucks. They all sell. They're all popular, and they're all part of the toy industry. And I even have DVDs.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's incredible.
If I can't count on comic books selling one day or action figures,
So now it should be like
DVDs.
Hollywood Mike is your new name, Al,
Yeah.
with the DVDs.
But it's fun.
Are you on eBay?
Yes, I'm on eBay. Good
All
Time
right.
Toys.
Say it again, I'm deaf.
It's Good Time Toys and Star Night Comics.
Okay.
The future shows coming up. This is it. This is our season. There's the Syracuse show up in Syracuse. It's a horror show. That's this month. I'll probably be up there.
Is there a date for them to find you there?
I think I'll be there.
No, but
What?
what's the date?
Mid-September, 15th, I think, that weekend.
All right, so you got to look up Syracuse on Google.
Oh, right. And of course, there's Wayne again next month, and there's the New York Comic Con. I'll be there.
No, and then we also have ToyCon
ToyCon
coming in
for Wayne,
Parsippany,
the two-day show.
October 15th, 16th.
Yes. And then there's Chiller Theater at the end of October,
When's that?
the last weekend of October.
Oh, the last weekend. All right.
Yes, and that's always something to look
And
forward
that's
to.
at Parsippany East Sheridan.
Correct.
Okay.
The big castle.
You're going to be there.
I'll be there.
All right.
So, good time for all.
All right. It's been a great time talking to you and wasting my time, too.
Oh yeah. Now leave me alone so I can make some money.
Yeah. Try to make some sales here now, okay, buddy? All right. I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, I'm still walking through this convention here down in Wayne Firehouse, the toy collectible show, and I'm still getting pushed around here by customers. It's really super packed. Now I'm going to go see another dealer friend of mine. His name is Andrew. How's it going, Andrew?
It's going very well, Steve. Always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Good to see you here.
Always good.
I hope you're doing good so far.
Not bad.
Place is mobbed in here.
Oh, it certainly is. Not doing bad at all. Bad at all.
So let's go back a little bit. Why do you always come here on the first Sunday of each month down at the Wayne Firehouse Toy Collectible Show?
Friends. There are a lot of people.
Friends?
There
Yeah.
are a lot of people I know here that have been very good to me. They always have a kind word to say.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we work up a few friendly trades. Sorry about that.
Don't worry.
It's just nice to be here.
Yeah.
It's a very friendly atmosphere.
And, okay, tell me a little bit about your history. How'd you get into the business? Did you start collecting, then you started to be a dealer?
I started collecting, I would say, in the early 80s.
80s, okay.
I started with comic books, and then basically I flip-flopped from toys to books to posters. Now I mostly collect foreign items.
Okay.
Foreign items from Japan and Europe. Some Godzilla.
Meaning of what? Okay, Godzilla?
Some Godzilla, some Ultraman, some G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Whatever catches my eye.
Whatever catches your eye.
Whatever
Okay.
catches my eye.
All right, so what made you pick the Wayne Show? Everybody, there's folks out there that, constantly always asking me, How do you know what show to go to? And so what makes this show tick for you?
Well, there's always a big selection of stuff here. Very rarely will you come here and not leave with something.
Okay.
There's always something to see. And from what I've seen, usually it's not the same dealers twice in a row.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's always different
something
dealers
different.
here, yeah. I'm looking at a couple dealers now I haven't seen before. And I'm like, it's just amazed that this show grown so many years now. This show's been going over now from the last time we just talked to Phil, over 20 years now.
Correct. That's what he told me.
So, and then
It's nice to be part of it.
where are we going to see you next? Tell the folks out there where we're going to find Andrew, and tell them is there any contacts that people could come to talk to you about selling toys to you. They don't have to always sell to me. I'll pass over leads.
Well, if they want, they can send me an email. My email is venom, VENOM, F623 at AOL.com. And let me know if you're looking to sell, you're looking to buy, you're looking to trade. I'm very flexible.
All right, folks. Did you hear that out there again? Maybe say it one more time again.
Venom, VENOM, F623 at AOL.com. Let me know what you're looking for, and I just might have it.
I'm looking at stuff here now. It's in cover. You have Japanese figures. You have wrestling. You have brand new items out there. I'm looking around here. This is incredible. You got Beanie Babies. Wow.
Well, certain Beanie Babies anyway.
I think some of the rare ones, right? They're probably exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm looking at your stuff. Does vintage go with new and cycles, or explain that to the folks out there?
I would say there are cycles. I mean, you might have one day that you might sell a lot of vintage, or a lot of people are looking for vintage, and the next time they might be looking for the latest, hottest, and newest. I mean, not everyone can go to Toys R Us or Kmart to find all this new stuff, so they come here for a really good deal.
So they're coming to you?
They come to me too.
Right,
they
okay.
come to everyone. If they want, I hope they come to me.
That's cool.
I'm expecting it.
Hold on, you got a guy looking at it. Do a quick sale here. Yeah, that's the Andre the Giant from the WWE Hasbro series. Yeah, you got Demolition right there. How come I have to tell the people what you have? You don't even know what you have? Look, you got Bret Hart.
I got Bret Hart, I got Andre the Giant, Owen Hart, Demolition, Big Boss Man.
You want to go take a break and I'll sell your stuff for you here? I'll take a commission? No. I'm only joking with you.
We'll see.
All right.
I'm open-minded and flexible.
All right, so where are we going to see you next?
You'll probably see me most likely at the next Wayne show in October.
What about ToyCon coming up?
I might go to look this time.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to sell.
All right.
But I'd still like to come and say hello to a few friends, and of course say hello to Phil and...
Wow.
Uh-oh.
All right. We got a little... See how crowded it is? Now the place is falling apart. That's how crowded it is.
And it's always a pleasure to see Steve Savino.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here now because I think this guy next door is I don't know if he's closing down or he's got to rebuild his display rack again. So, all right, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you,
and
man.
I got to keep running because I'm getting pushed again by people.
Yeah.
All right, take care, bud.
You too, thanks.
And I'm still moving my way through here, and you can hear the crowd behind me still pouring in, and it's still getting really it's really getting packed in here again more. So I'm now moving my way towards two guys that I know for a very long time, Brendon and Artie. Artie is like the foremost big Batman collector. I think he's got one of the top collections in the world, as he says.
As
Artie?
I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said. No,
How's it going, Artie?
I'm not the top collector in the world. That guy's in Virginia, but I'm one of the top people. Yeah.
I saw pictures of your collection. I think it's awesome. You're back from 1966, right?
1943. Actually,
Okay.
my comics go back to 39.
But I'm saying, like toy-wise, going back.
Toy-wise, yeah.
Toy-wise, are starting
Yeah.
back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so-
tell me, how long have you been collecting Batman?
I started as a comic book collector
Right.
when I was 10 years old.
10 years, all right. 10 years
And
old.
the Superman logo attracted me. But then I saw the Batman logo, and I'm like, wow.
Okay.
And show you how old I am. The May 1964 issue of Detective Comics, when Carmen Infantino took over the book, made me a full-fledged comic collector, and made Batman my favorite character. The TV show helped, obviously.
Yeah, from 1966 with Adam West and Burt
But I
Ward.
collect the comics straight through. I collect the comics straight through until today, with a brief break in the 80s because I was doing graduate and postgraduate work, and I didn't have the money. 89, Allie and I became toy collectors. Allie has...
From
really
1989, that's when you started buying
collection
Batman toys.
And then Allie started, and she started the comics in 85.
Okay.
She has all of them. Everyone, period. And she'll tell you about it
Tell me
now.
a little bit about what Allie collects, too.
Allie?
Hi.
So now I'm talking to both here. I'm talking to Artie and Allie. All right.
My wife.
Your
We're
wife.
married.
Okay, you're married.
30 years.
30 years, all right.
30
So
years.
we have a Batman collector and...
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Strictly Wonder Woman.
I only collect Wonder Woman.
Wow, that's good. And how far did you go back in your collection?
I go back as far as when Wonder Woman first started. I have the All-Star 8, which is the first introduction of the Wonder Woman comics.
Okay.
And I don't have it, but I have Sensation 1.
And what does that go for?
The All-Stars, the All-Star 8 is taken off. Right now, a decent copy you'll pay $6,000 for. A decent copy. Sensation 1, a decent copy you'll pay $12,000 for. Wonder Woman 1 has kicked up like $8,000 now. I'm talking as an Overstreet advisor, which I am.
All right.
And she has, how much of the run do you have, Allie?
I have a full run of all the Wonder Womans and a full run of all the Sensations and a full run of Comic Cavalcade.
All right, so how many pieces in your Wonder Woman collection? And just give me like a rough estimate of what the value is.
Okay, well, you have to keep in mind that I not only collect the comics, but I collect all the toys.
Oh, yeah. So give me like a rough edge. People want to know out there how much is your collection.
4,000 pieces, maybe? You think?
There's boxes put away.
We have so much stuff, so I mean, it depends how you're looking at it. I mean,
Well, what's the top piece that you say, wow, this is the holy grail of Wonder Woman?
you know, that's a really good question. I mean, okay, this is the thing. You know, as a collector, it's an evolving process. You know, you evolve and you learn more and more. And then with Facebook and with the internet, you learn a lot more about the collection that you really didn't know when you first started. So my holy grail used to be the Posing Pretty Doll by Ideal in the box.
That's the Super Queens back then.
Super Queens,
All
right. Okay, and I have one, and I love it, and I adore it. I have two.
Artie just put up the peace
Right,
sign. I
yes.
don't know if he's giving me peace or...
I have two. One is in a retro box, and one is complete in the box, and original, right. I adore it.
Sealed, okay.
In the plastic. However, I have to say that even though that was my holy grail, it is not the biggest thing.
Let's go for like at least, what, 3,500 now, right?
Yeah, at least 4,000.
Well, I'm giving a rough, you know.
But I've known...
4,500.
All right.
Right. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of people think it's rarer than it is. And not that many people have seen them, but they actually are quite common. I know other collectors who have like 3 or 4 of them. All right, yeah, okay. If I was to say that my most valuable piece would be my multiple toy set, which is on a card, and I believe
Now, this is the Ideal?
It's from No.
Multiple Toys, New York,
Okay,
Canada.
this is, okay, multiple toy, okay.
And this set, it's actually kind of funny because if you look at it, the toys look like crap. I mean, they're very cheaply made. They're attractive, but you know they're not that great. But the thing is, I love it because it is very, very rare, and the one I have isn't even in the best of shape. But I just want to tell you about the other set I have, That's the.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you a shot because
But
I want to know
with
one of your
this. No,
stuff.
with this, I've never even seen a Batman one for sale. In fact, I've seen one color picture of a Batman one in 25 years of collecting. That's how rare these things are.
But the set that I have that I think is even rarer or about on the same level. No, wait a minute. I think the multiple toy set is rare, is the most rare thing that I have. Because I never hear anybody else mentioning it. And it does come from Canada. And anything that's considered foreign, even though Canada's really not foreign, is considered rarer because it's just funny. People just don't know about anything from another country. It's very strange, even though Canada is just over the border. But the set that I have that I think is also on par with that is the Ideal Flash. Isn't it Ideal?
Yeah, but it's not on the par. Nothing is on the par.
I think it is. Okay, we disagree.
She's talking about the Ideal Flash Wonder Woman 4-figure set.
Okay.
The set with the Wonder Woman and it has the fire, the Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire for Flash.
Okay, so I have to tell you the story about that. When I bought that, which is many years ago, like so long, I don't even remember. It's about
20 plus years ago.
Yeah, about 20 years ago when I purchased that, I paid like $250 for it. 200 and what? Okay, $225
All right,
for
I already
it.
had to put in the extra 25.
Okay, you know,
he kicked it in.
That makes a big difference. So 2 minutes later, after I purchased that, a dealer asked me, would I sell it for $800?
Wow, that's cool. Now,
And
what'd
I'm
you say?
like, absolutely not. Because, you know, when you're a collector, it really isn't, I mean, sure, it's about the money, but it's more about the value it is to you.
Yeah.
And to me, that was priceless because I had never seen it before, and most people have never seen it. And I know my husband's saying that it's not as rare, but most people don't even know about it. That's the thing. To me, a lot of casual collectors don't know about it.
All right, so you guys live in a house?
Yeah, like everybody, we never have enough room. I mean, that's a collector's dilemma.
All right, so is this collection in showcases?
Okay, well, all right,
Can you
we
see
have.
it? Is it displayable?
All right, well, we have a very small house for, you know, our area. That's what you do. You have a small house. So considering that, when we bought the house, we already knew that we were going to have a collector area. So we built our collector area with that in mind.
All right.
So yes, we have a lot of display cases, and we have a lot of shelving, and we try to buy display cases with glass fronts so that we don't have to be so concerned about dusting. And we do display of a lot of our pieces. You know, I wish I had like walls that you could, like in a gallery where you could like move them and, you know, like change the hanging things, if you know what I'm saying, like I saw in the Warner Brothers store I used to do. But, you know, we make do, but we have a lot of stuff on display. We made a decision early on that we weren't going to have the whole house displaying our pieces. Because we have friends who their whole house is displayed. And that just gets overwhelming. We have like a whole staircase where we have like all the pictures.
Yeah.
So it's really, really awesome because you can have some really big posters. But every time we get something new, then we go through this whole crazy runaround of where we're going to put it.
For example, Ali found for me
right.
something I've been looking for years.
What'd you find?
An original Robin, Batmobile, Aurora sign.
It's a sales poster.
Sales poster from
Okay.
66.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and she found it basically at a steal price. And that was my birthday present, and she framed it up for me. Well, actually, we framed it up together. We had to rearrange an entire wall. I don't have the pictures here. We had to rearrange an entire
That's all
wall
right.
to put that in.
People ain't going to be able to see it anyway.
But I want to show you.
But it's like a puzzle, you know, it turns into a puzzle every time because you have to shift everything around and you have to decide on your priorities about how you're going to display everything. So it's a problem. But every collector has that same issue.
I'm looking at all these pictures now on his phone, and they're really awesome, man. Wow.
But one of the things that I collect a lot, I'm a very big collector of art. So I have a lot of pages of
Wonder Woman.
mostly Wonder Woman art, right?
Okay.
But so the things that are most valuable to me is the artwork that's done by H.G. Peters, because of course he was the first artist that did Wonder Woman. Right. He designed it, with Charles Marston, and there's this one piece which I am dying to have, which it's not in my collection. It is in someone else's collection, and it's a prototype of a costume that H.G. Peters drew, but they decided not to use it, and it drives me crazy that someone else has that piece.
She has portfolios full of original art. She has the complete color form original art for the Color Forms Wonder Woman set and the original factory folder.
Mm-hmm.
She's got sensation cards for the sensation one even hit. I mean, you can't believe the stuff she's got.
My collection was photographed for a book.
Oh, yeah.
The complete history of that was called The Complete History, I think, of Wonder Woman by Les Daniels. And the funny thing is that book was done, I'm going to say 15 years ago. I'm not sure, 15 years ago. It was designed by Chip Kidd. And the thing is that since then my collection has grown, 1,000-fold. So I'm actually kind of personal about my collection. So that's one of the reasons why you don't really see it on a website so much. Okay, there is going to be a new book coming out soon, and it's going to be it's part of an ongoing series. I don't know the name of the publisher. Do you know the name? IDW is the name of the publisher, and they are coming out with this fantastic collection of all the Wonder Woman comic strips in the newspapers. A lot of people don't even know that originally Wonder Woman was in the newspaper. That was one of the first places that the comic strips came out. So I have like a copy of a poster. It's not a copy, it's an original telegram. It looks like a telegram, but it's like a poster. And it's announcing the beginnings of the Wonder Woman newspaper series, the newspaper strips. And I also have, which is going to be coming out in September, this book. And this telegram, which the people who are putting out the book never saw before, never heard of before. So it's really...
I can't think of his last name. He's a great guy. Dean is the editor-in-chief of the project. I contributed to the Batman one, a little bit. And she contributed to the Wonder Woman one.
All right, so how can folks reach you out there if they have anything rare that they want to sell you, or contact you if they want information about their own collection? And you could chime in and say, hey, listen, I think this is blah, blah, blah.
Well, anybody can contact me if they go on my Facebook page. My first name is Alice, ALICE. My last name is Cloos, CLOOS. C as in cat, LOOS as in son. Or you can send me an email, WW as in Wonder Woman, ALI at AOL.com.
All right, you heard it here.
Thank you very much.
And I'm Bat out here. I'm
Bat90, BATT90 at AOL.com.
You're Art. You're not Batman.
That's my email address.
And tell them your
Art, ART.
and your Facebook page.
Well, I run a closed Batman collectors page on Facebook. You can.
Why?
You can, which Steve is on and has never gone to. And you can reach me on that page too, through Facebook.
I'm always on the road looking for collections. Remember that. Whew, that was amazing. Talking to Allie and Artie about Batman and Wonder Woman. My brain is still spinning here. My head's, I'm speechless. And then hold on, Artie's still here. Wow, this guy is really good. He's still trying to hog the mic. Get out of here. You're done. I know, I'm talking for you. I'm talking, don't worry. Right now, I'm talking to Brendon here, who's been at this show for how many years now? At the Wayne Firehouse Toy Collectible Show?
I think it's almost 20 years.
20 years you've been doing this?
Yeah.
Now, what made you pick this show?
Well, I do a lot of dealing over the years. So you're always looking for new venues, something where, you can make a few bucks. So that's why I came here. I'd heard good things about it. I think it was only open like maybe a few months before I started.
Well, this is going on now. Phil told me 20 years now.
Yeah, and I think I was here. I remember when it was originally, they let you in at 6 in the morning. They just opened the doors. There was no admission. You know, the wind would come whistling through the door as you're trying to bring your stuff in.
Yeah.
And dealers and collectors were all in the same room at the same time right away.
So I'm looking here. You got, DVDs, and I'm looking back behind you. You got like nice vintage movie posters. So you're back like you're...
I've dealt in just about everything over the years that's sort of popular culture related. You know, everything from movie memorabilia, vintage comic books, vintage toys, and I mean everything, because as a collector, that's what got me into it.
So how many years you been doing this now?
Actually, my first official show was 1969. It was the Phil Suling Comic Art Convention, and that was my first show. And that was at the old, it's the Pennsylvania Hotel. At that time, it was the Statler.
Now it's what, the Penta Hotel?
Well, no, now it was the Penta. Now it's back to the original Pennsylvania because it's got historical status now. But that was my first show, 1969. I did it. I was set up with a well-known underground comic book artist named Simon Deitch.
Okay.
He came from the same town I did, so we split a space together. Cool. So that was my first. And I've dealt in everything popular culture throughout the years, and now this is sort of a sampling of what I deal in, small sampling.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing a full chock full of collectibles here, and it's amazing. It's amazing that you're selling movie posters. The guy over here, he's selling non-sport and different action figures.
I'd also like to get a little plug in here for a show that I do with my partner Frank Oviatt. We do an almost monthly show called Vintage Mania, which is at the Holiday Inn on
West 57th.
What I always go to say 47th Street. It's West 57th Street, 440 West 57th Street. Our next show is on the 13th.
That's New York City.
That's New York City, NYC.
There's a lot of dealers in here selling all different stuff.
Also, when you come here, you'll see something for almost every taste.
Yeah, I think so. For everybody that wants to collect something, the Wayne Toy Show is where it's to be at.
Not a flea market, as some people said.
Oh, did I actually say that on the air? When was that? Twice I had to say it?
I think it was the time you were having trouble with that tongue.
Oh, with my tongue again. Okay. Yeah, the tongue always gets in the way of a lot of things in life, But they say it's enjoying. I don't, a lot of people. I think Artie likes my tongue now. He keeps looking at me.
He's got pictures to prove it.
Oh yeah, he's got pictures of me with some other people out there, some cosplay players. Yeah, he's not in his head. Well, I'm going to be wrapping it up because I start to hear my music again. I'm having a great time down here at the Wayne Firehouse Toy Collectible Show, not a flea market. And I saw that. And I'll get back to you guys really soon out there. Take care, folks.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time at Crazy Toy World with Steve Savino.
Don't forget to submit questions and comments. Some will be used on future Q&A episodes. You can reach Steve at sas22063@aol.com or at stevetoyhunter@yahoo.com, or visit Steve's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/steven.savino.1. And don't forget to visit Steve's eBay store at www.ebay.com/USR/123-KID. You can listen to and reach this show at our website, www.crazytoyworld.com, at our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/crazytoyworld, on YouTube at www.youtube.com/crazytoyworld. Follow the Crazy Toy World Twitter feed at www.twitter.com/crazytoyworld. Crazy Toy World is hosted by Steve Savino, produced by Carlos Perone, and is a production of Geek Fest Rants. Copyright 2014, all rights reserved.